G'day. I'm outside today. It's not very nice weather, really. Autumn. And I was actually wanting to talk to you about well-being at work, and thinking to myself as I'm out here in the park kicking the ball around for the dog that I would talk to you about why it's important to have some balance in the sorts of things that we do in our work environment to ensure that we can maintain some level of well-being. And then what's important is making sure that organisations are able to support their staff to understand, one, what well-being even means, and two, actually how we ensure that we put it in place. Now, I just want to show you the dog for a minute, okay? He's waiting for me to kick the ball. So, you know, this part of my well-being during the day is to be able to come out to the park and actually take a breather and get outside, away from, you know, the phone ringing, the constant emails, the, you know, requirements for me to see clients or do paperwork, whatever it is. And, you know, one of the joys of that is because, as I again show you, here he is on the grass, actually waiting for me to chase him and get the ball. It gives me a way to break up my day, right? It gets me outside, it gets me hopefully in the sunshine, although not today, and it gives me an opportunity to just sort of break up that sort of constant feeling of, you know, pressure that we often find just from being inside the work environment. And, you know, his joy at chasing the ball is also one of those things that makes it good for me and my day, right? So I think what's good about that is not everybody's going to be able to take their dog to work, right? Now, I'm lucky because I work for myself, so I can take the dog to work if I want to, and that is something that helps me to kind of, you know, relax, even though he also provides support for clients. And, you know, but he also needs a little bit of fun himself. And it's this sense of being aware that we kind of sometimes get so caught up in the deadlines and the pressure that comes from needing to, you know, constantly pump out stuff and being put under pressure, that we end up doing a lot of things that we're busy, but we're not actually being very productive. And that sometimes taking a little bit of time out and resetting your brain to be able to kind of go, right, outside, you know, get a bit of air in my lungs, get a bit of sun on my skin, and not thinking about, you know, what I've got to do in the next minute, gives us a chance to sort of reset. And one of the other things in talking about just general well-being is often a sense of making sure that we're clear about what it is that we need to do. And a lot of that is when we get in a really reactive work environment, and different people work in different ways, but if you work in a really reactive work environment, there's this constant feeling of pressure that I've got to just do more and get things done and whatever. We don't spend enough time actually planning what is the most effective use of our time. So, you know, some people may have heard of where you quadrant things, and so we talk about the 4 quadrants, and there's things that are urgent and important, but often what happens is when you break the tasks down, you see that a lot of what you think is urgent and important actually often is just urgent. It's not really important. And some of the things that are really important, because they don't get this urgency push about them, end up falling off the radar. So I would encourage you to have a little bit of time to think about managing your well-being by breaking up the time inside and outside work, that often just pushing yourself to stay focused and I've just got to get this and this. A reactive work environment often means that you're not as productive, that taking a little bit of time out to, you know, remember that there is a whole world outside is often a good way to reset. And it helps you to balance things. And, you know, when I say to people, they're like, oh no, I can't take any time off, I can't have a holiday, I can't do whatever, because there's always something. Do you know what? There's always something, and there will always be something, whether you're there or not. So taking some time outside to kick the dog's ball around and give him, I get joy from that. It helps me to reset, and it's a good opportunity. If you don't have your dog at work, oh, well, I understand that, but even just a little bit of time to go for a little walk around outside and reset is a good opportunity. And the walking is really helpful because while we walk, we do that bilateral stimulation that actually helps our brain to kind of work through a few different things. So it doesn't have to be a big walk, right? But if you feel like you're just sort of stuck, or you're kind of stopping and rolling your shoulders and your head hurts because you've got a headache because you're thinking about stuff, take a moment to just kind of try and do something a little bit different. Okay, I hope that helps. Enjoy the day.